Okay, now let's move on to the link assembly. We're still on the bottom up assembly. So open my courses to lab number 7. Go to the link assembly. Download the 4 component for your assembly, the alignment pin, the double link, the pin head, and the single link. After you have downloaded the 4 components, open your Solidworks. Now try open a new, click on assembly. So we'll start adding the parts. So let's add the first part, which is the double link. So we want to center it in the origin. So make it at float. Then go to view, show the origin. Then move it around the origin. You can fix it now. So instead of adding the double link again, you can just hold Control and add it. So here's the first one. Again, here is the second copy. To make our original part unique, you can change its color. So highlight the first part, right click on it. So then click on the beach ball. So then click on the double link. A new option should be browsed. Then for example, select the green color. So you know this is the original part. We'll start adding the second parts so we can insert components. So go to browse, add the single link. So we want to add it a couple more times. So here we have the second one. Again, we have the third one. And finally, we have the fourth one. Now we will start making a mate between the different components. So there is a multiple ways you can do it as you've seen it. So we can select this part and add a mate and move it around here. So this is the first one. And make sure they are concentric. So it means that these parts can go around each other on the center. But still have degree of a freedom. Scope can go other ways. So we want to restrict our motion again. Okay. So there is multiple ways to do it. So in the textbook, they want you to select multiple faces. Here you can use single face. So we can select this face with this one and click yes. You can notice now we have restricted to only 1 degree of freedom between these two links. Again, we can repeat this for the other parts. So select this area with this area and make them concentric and click on yes. So then again, select this face with this face and click on yes. Now we want to restrict the motion again between the other parts. So between this area and this inner surface and make sure they are concentric. So we have a variety of degree of freedom. So again, we want to restrict it. So select this face with the other face and make them coincident. Click on yes. On this one. And make sure they are concentric. Then again, this face with the other face and make them coincident. And again, repeat the same thing. So add the mate and make them concentric and click on yes. And again, between this face and the other inner face and make sure they are coincident. So you have a limited degree of freedom only in one direction. Then finally between the inner circle and one of the inner circles for the double link, click on yes. Now you can select this face with the other face for the double linker, then you have your parts. So do you have multiple degrees of freedom for your parts? It's kind of like a snake, you can see. But between each single link and the double link, you just only have 1 degree of freedom. So now we can add the other parts. So we can add the components, insert parts. We want to add the alignment pin. So here's the alignment pins. So we need 6 of them. So we add the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth one. Then also we need to add the other component. So we need to add the pin head. So you will notice the pin head is in the other way around. So there is multiple tricks. You can just click on it, right click and move it in the direction you like. Also, we can make a mate between one of its face, so mate of its face with the front view. So it's at least have right now like the proper orientation that we want. Then we can copy it again to have also, since we have 6 alignment pin, we have also need to have 6 pin heads. So repeat it again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're starting adding the alignment between the pins in total and the links, and also between the pins with each other. So we will repeat it a couple of times. We can start on with this pin. So we want to add between this face and this one and make them concentric. Again, you can move it, still have some degree of freedom. So we want to align this face with the inner face here and make sure they are coincident. And you can see we have the first pin. Also, you can repeat it again for the other ones. So this one with the inner circle and make them concentric. Again, move it a little bit and select this face with the inner face of the link and make them coincident and repeat it for this one. Again, this center and this one and make them concentric. Move it a little bit and move it around. Select this face and this face and click on yes. We left for two. So select the cylinder with the inner cylinder of the link. Click on yes. Okay, even if it's done immediately, you should move it. So we don't want this face, so right click on it, delete it, then select the proper face with this one and click on yes. And finally we have the last one. So you should move it. Again, select this face. The outer face. Click on yes. So we have it for the alignment pin. So now we want to do this again for the head pins. Again, select the outer cylinder with the inner cylinder. So it's now you can select the cylinder for the alignment pin. Okay, click on yes, and again select the outer face with the selected pin. And make them coincident. Again, and start with this face, with the outer face, and make them coincident. Now the cylinders. So the first cylinder with the alignment pin cylinder and click on yes. So the message we have just have it before is because we have a break alignment between the pin and also the front face, if you remember. So from this one up to here, so we can move it a little bit. And again, between this one and the inner cylinder, and let's delete it. Okay. So we want this have a mate, the inner cylinder. Okay, so this one, the inner face, and click on yes. So we have it. Then again, can click on this face with the inner face for the double link. Click on yes. So you can move it. So we can add the mate for the cylinder part with the inner cylinder part, and let's see, it doesn't give me the right option. The cylinder, this one. Then we have left for two pins. Again, this face with this face, and the cylinder with the inner cylinder, not the proper way. Okay, and finally the last pin. The inner face cylinder, sorry, with the other cylinder, and click on yes. So we have the whole part tagged to each other. Okay, So it's here, it says there's some assembly is not needed. So you can right click on it and delete it. And now you have all the assembly ready. Okay. So again, you can double click on the mates. Okay. See this mate. And this one. So you can go and save your assembly. So call it assembly 2. Yes, we want to save all the components. Now again, go to save, and this time save it as a GPD, and again save it as a PDF and submit the whole exercise. Okay, see you in the class.